In this segment, we will be talking about virtual file sharing and our ability to access folders and files from a virtual workstation or a tablet from home, coffee shop, wherever you are. The first thing we're going to want to do is to go to a host machine that we have and to make sure that we have added the different user accounts that we might need in order to access remote. For instance, Bill, standard user, accounting, standard user, management, others, possibly administrator. And what we can then do is create file security based around those usernames on files and logins. So on a login, Virtual Workstation will be automatically enforcing the username and password that was just created through your control panel. However, on files, the file sharing capabilities becomes a little bit different. You can map network drives, and with map network drives, you could also have local drives on your host machine. And just for the sake of this example, we're going to be doing it here. We're going to go into the properties of a shared folder. And real quick, just to show you, we have a couple different shares. Let's call it an accounting share, Bill, management, and Sally. So I'm going into the shared folder, and the first thing I'm going to do is going to say, well, who can have access to the entire shared folder? And I hit security, and I could say, well, administrators, people that are already logged on as administrators, maybe the management team, people like that. I've given them administrative privileges. By default, this is going to override everything else. It's going to go through all of the settings. I could do special permissions and do root folders and subsidiary or child parent kind of things. But in this case, we're going to just go straight into, let me get onto the shared folder. And I'm going to say we're going to give accounting access to their own folder through Virtual Workstation. And I'm going to hit properties. And this is just a Windows command, by the way. This is very easy. Once Virtual Workstation concept is installed, then you can just use your Windows to set the security policy, which is very easy to do. To hit security, and as we can see here, administrators right now have access to this folder, but we're going to add somebody else. We're going to put in here, we're going to add one more, and we're going to put, well, this is accounting, so I'm going to add accounting to it, which I just did, and I could say, okay, well, what's accounting going to be able to do? Full control? Can they delete things, modify it? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to hit apply. Okay, so now I have accounting, which is a part of the accounting folder. If I want to give Bill access to the accounting folder also, because he happens to oversee that department, I can add Bill. I can add him maybe just to look at it, again, in this case, full control. Apply. So what will happen is when you're accessing your Virtual Workstation files, anybody who's accessing Virtual Workstation files will see these options, but only accounting and Bill can now get into accounting. Whereas Bill, I might create a shared drive only for him and Sally only for Sally so that no one else but them can have access to that particular file and folder and subsidiary files underneath. And of course, administrators, you wouldn't want to leave out the administrators. Same thing, management, Sally, anyone else that you have. So once you've created the users, you can go in and set the security policies on file sharing. And from a cloud, public or private, tablet PC, virtual workstation, whatever you're going to call it, you have the ability now to get into your files and enforce the security across a shared, in essence, a shared computer. So that's how you do that, and hope you liked this segment for virtual file sharing, and please look at the other videos here on virtualworkstation.org.